Here am I, Thorkil Sohn, with a video about unfair inequality. We regularly hear that the growing economic inequality is a problem. First of all, I allow myself in my headline to correct the issue as it is usually formulated. The expression growing inequality tends towards the general left-wing point of view that any inequality is by definition problematic. If you are not on that wing, my headline is more comprehensive. It is not all inequality, but only unfair inequality that is problematic. A main reason for unfair inequality is the work-free capital gains in the housing market, not least in the big cities. It has the character of a generational theft that guilts the elderly and prevents the young and younger families from even being able to afford to have a place to be at all. I'll try to search down to the underlying causes in order to point to a cure, and therefore we ask, why are the prices of houses increasing, especially in the big cities? First of all, the term housing price is not well chosen. It is about the price of location. A home costs about the same per square meter to build and maintain in a rural area as in a big city. When exactly the same house cannot be sold for the same price in a farm area as in New York, this is not due to any difference in the value of the building itself. It is solely due to a difference in the value of the location, that is, in the land value. The high housing prices or rents in, for example, my capital, Copenhagen, are not primarily a payment for the building, but for the location. And they are rising because Copenhagen is becoming more and more attractive. The land value therefore depends primarily on the benefits associated with the location. The value is not created by the owner, but by society as a whole. For instance, population, density, business opportunities, job opportunities, etc., and not least society's investments in infrastructure, roads, public transport, school, healthcare, cultural offerings, etc., etc. The price of location can be calculated in two ways depending on whether you are a tenant or an owner. Rent is the current price that people are willing to pay for the benefits associated with the location, and land value is the capitalized value of these benefits. By the way, all I say applies not only to housing, but to any land property, regardless of its use, such as shops, factories, banks, etc. But for now, we'll stick to housing. And we'll ask who collects these big profits and who should collect them. It is the owner who ultimately runs away with the profit, whether he takes in tenants or lives there by himself. And this happens without any effort on his part. It also happens while he is sleeping. It is a matter of income without work. Figuratively, banknotes are falling from the sky onto the owner's land, which, by the way, noted in parentheses, is contrary to the basic principle of liberalism, that is, that one must make a useful effort in order to enjoy. Therefore, this income that should rightly belong to those who have created it. And who is that? Yes, it is society, that is, all of us. Only society's collection of the full land tax can save us from this undeserved inequality. That is society's continuous collection of the banknotes that are falling on the owner's land before they create undeserved inequality. And in this way, we can make the home an object of use that you pay for as long as you need it, instead of an object of speculation where you can make money just by owning it. And then we can finally kill two flies with one smash, as a Danish proverb tells. The money that society collects for the right to use a location can be appropriately used to reduce another injustice without compromising society's core services. The money collected can be used dollar by dollar to reduce taxes and duties on wages, production and consumption. These taxes and duties act as a punishment for diligence, ingenuity and enthusiasm. They punish, so to speak, those who can figuratively make two straws grow where others can only make one succeed. Such harmful activities must of course be punished with fine-like penalties, and they even often hit the poor people most severely. Charge non-working profit and provide tax and duty relief so that workers and producers are allowed to keep more of the fruits of their labor, which, by the way, noted in parentheses, is in perfect harmony with the basic principle of liberalism that only the one who contributes should enjoy. And at last, where do these thoughts come from? The knowledgeable viewer will know that I take my starting point from the sharp thoughts of Henry George, who all his life fought for freedom and justice. And now, with kind regards, Thorkil Sohn, former headmaster of a secondary boarding school and secretary of the Danish Justice Party, and my address is Bildvej C26, postal code 6950, Ringkøbing in Denmark. Thank you if you have listened to all that I have to say here.